As the world changes, so does the media we consume. There's a reason we don't watch black and white movies and instead watch colored. It's because with every day, not only do we change, but our wants change. With video games being the most successful media of the past decades, it's no surprise that it too is changing. Just not with our traditional mindset. Video games aren't making the jump to 3D or DVD at this point. Video games are changing in other ways. These same ways being represented in many different games, and have kind of become the new standard for playing without us even knowing. Back in the era of the NES and N64, we were all mostly content with games being pushed out in a linear fashion. When Mario was released, we would then wait for a second. But that style has been thrown out as of recent. Sure, it still exists, sometimes in bad forms and sometimes in great forms, but a lot of the games we look at today stray from that format. Probably the most successful of which being Minecraft. With the introduction of Minecraft, we weren't only introduced to,
I was wondering, what's the recommended amount of dedicated RAM I should have to a server? Dedicated RAM.
But we were also introduced to the longevity format, which has been traditionalized and popularized with MC. With Minecraft's original release being back in 2011, you would believe with its immense success, we would have seen a sequel of some sort. But no. Minecraft has shown that with consistent updates, a game can continuously evolve, something that had been experimented with previous games like Call of Duty updated but hadn't been normalized fully until this release. With Minecraft, we still see updates to this day, consistently changing the landscape of the game, which is now a standard practice with games like Rust, Apex, and Holodex. Besides the point, we even see series adapt to this format, with CSGO constantly changing to this day for better or for worse, which hadn't been regular in the series before this. Which brings me to my next point. Fortnite didn't only bring the next generation of cringe, it also knocked everyone off their fucking rocker by being free to play. With its easy accessibility, it immediately knocked the competition of PUBG and H1Z1 alike out of the water, with everybody at least trying the game. This success was followed by a new standard in Battle Royales, with most major competitors being free to play as well. It's in retrospect unsurprising to see other games move to free to play, things like Counter-Strike and TF2 following suit, most apparently. With Halo Infinite apparently having the multiplayer being completely free, it's looking as though we're moving to a new world where instead of consistent sales of new games, we make those games free to play with the trade-off of microtransactions. Whether you like microtransactions or not, that is up to you, but it's undoubtedly helpful for games like TF2 and Counter-Strike. With them going free to play in their later life would re-spark interest in these older games and bring in a new set of audiences. To look at it from my eyes, imagine the build back of success a game like PUBG or Overwatch would have if they became free to play. The overall response would be shamelessly huge. When things are free, more people can undoubtedly get hands on that stuff, allowing for so much bigger of an audience, which, as stated, could even reignite interest in an old game. But what does that mean for new gaming? Overall, Overall, this E3 was an interesting one, despite how the last year consisted of funny cartoon kill game and block game from 10 years ago. Things like Battlefield 2042 and Halo Infinite hold promise in many eyes, with those being the huge names for multiplayer games this year. But overall, my beliefs are different, with most of the games to truly blow up having new, unique ideas or easy accessibility. Halo Infinite and Battlefield 2042 are a scary subject, with Halo looking very samey, which while that isn't a bad thing, it feels to me like it's going to be underwhelming with few new ideas from what I've seen at least. Plus, Halo Infinite was released to certain individuals only, and the overall response from what I saw was pretty positive, so I stand corrected. Once again, there could always be a Cold War type launch where they don't elaborate on it that much. With Battlefield 2042 on the other hand looking like it's destined to be a masterpiece, so many people are ecstatic for this game, with the main problems being the possibility of overhyping it and the fact that it's plagued with this little retard right there. But with that, I'm excited to see where video games go, despite how I'm probably just gonna play CSGO anyway. Just remember, life's what life is. Probably some Greek dude.